Hello again, Kim.
Hi there, Louisa.
How are you doing? Really excited to have you again to answer some really great questions about the leadership techniques that you've learned in transforming your business. So last time we spoke, you told us about how you transformed from a person-to-person business virtually overnight into making everything happen online. What steps did you follow in order to make that happen, and how did you engage your people in that process so quickly?
I think the very first step that we took was we created an ebook about a relevant topic that was happening in people's minds. So for our business, it was about the immune system, because obviously people were starting to think about or worry about the state of their health when, with things that were going on. So we created a totally educational book about what your immune system is and how it can be compromised, and there's sort of some tips that people can do at home, simple things whilst in lockdown to to continue to boost their immune system or look after themselves, basically.
Great idea at that time. Yeah, brilliant idea.
Yeah, so that was just looking at what is your audience thinking about? What are they perhaps in our case, fearful of? What might their questions be in relationship to my particular industry, which is health? But obviously every customer could have different questions in their mind related to finance or property or anything, So mine is health, and how could we serve our audience by addressing those questions? So that was the very first thing we did. And it wasn't
what were the steps that you then sort of followed with your team?
So we had a team training on how to use the ebook effectively, and not to just put the whole book on your social media page or your website, but to actually use the book as a means of engaging conversation. So we've created this free ebook. If you would like to receive a copy, then send us a message, or we might do like a picture of the front cover, for example. Or some people used it through email, they've got a list of people already, so they might be sending a newsletter to their client base, letting them know what the current situation is in their business and saying, if you would like to receive a free copy of this ebook. So it was a means of engaging a conversation with their customer base by offering them something for free.
A value, yes, as well. So no sales at all, but offering them something for free and something very relevant at that time. Fantastic. And how did you engage your people in working in this different way?
Yeah. Well, I guess it was kind of fortunate, as it turned out, that we began to we'd actually been putting together a digital training system since the new year, which we launched at the beginning of February. So it gave us an opportunity to work with this training system. And I would thoroughly recommend that this is a really good time to be doing some internal work as well, on what your systems are, what your training platforms are. So we wanted a training system that enabled a brand new team member that joined our team have a roadmap of how to be successful. And so we've been working in the background. We've been working a lot with that program, tweaking it, adjusting it, improving it, making it more simple than perhaps before. And that has made a huge difference to in terms of team members' engagement and confidence, because the sort of the journal or the book, if you like, help them to understand what they could do to continue to build their business in these digital times.
Yes, fantastic. So you mentioned that you trialed it, you tweaked it, you've been doing it for a little while. What kind of challenges did you come up against with the online training platform?
Well, I guess what was interesting with the training is that what we wrote in the beginning of the year, which related to lots of face-to-face contact, was actually more complicated than what it's become.
Oh, really?
So I've actually been able to simplify the training rather than anything else, because we're using lots of digital material in order to educate the public on whether it's, you know, the products that they might be interested in, or in our case, joining us as a team member and being part of our business. Now we do that all digitally and weekly. It actually has made our training system easier.
So why is it easier? Because it's digital then? Why do you think it is?
I think because we had so many different ways that people could educate the public about what we do. Right. You know, that we'd almost overcomplicated it in a way. Right. You know, because you can have a conversation or a text message or a coffee lunch, you know, a one-to-one or business networking, so many different avenues.
Right.
But what we're actually doing is creating online meetings that people can invite to in order for people to get a good comprehensive overview of what we're doing.
It's a more uniform process.
Yeah, 100%. Much more uniform process, which has basically meant that, and this is the thing, is that everything that we've put in place so far, you know, our business is cyclical. So, you know, it's better to compare a January with another January, or an August with another August, for example, because the business has a monthly flow to it. And just before our call, I was looking at how this, the month of May compares to May of last year. So the transformation has meant that we've had 60% growth.
Wow. From
May last year to May of this year, which is,
you must have had less then as well, mustn't you? If there's no travel or no hiring of halls, has it also affected affected your profit as well?
Well, yeah, 100%. You're absolutely right. In fact, you know, when you update your accounts, you can see that your expenses are far less.
Yeah.
So I personally don't think we're going to be changing much as we come out of lockdown, and I think that's testament to the changes that we have made. Is that these implementations that we've made are now going to be here for the long term.
That's amazing. Thank you. It's a really fantastic story.